Have you ever sat quietly, wondering why you feel this burning desire to achieve something extraordinary, but when the moment to act comes, your body feels frozen, and your mind searches for an escape? You want to be great, but you cannot even begin. It's not because you don't care. It's not because you're lazy by nature. It's because something deep inside you holds you back, in ways you can't quite explain. Carl Jung believed that human beings are not single, unified creatures. Inside each of us is a crowd, a complex system of opposing thoughts, desires, and fears. You have your conscious mind, the one that dreams, plans, and imagines a better future. But there's also your unconscious mind, the part you cannot see. It quietly whispers doubts and sabotages your efforts when it feels threatened. So, when you say, "I want to build a better life," your conscious mind cheers. But your unconscious mind, carrying the weight of your past failures, your childhood wounds, and your buried insecurities, trembles and says, "What if it doesn't work out? What if you make a fool of yourself again?" This battle between your ambition and your unconscious fear creates what Jung called inner conflict. And this conflict is exhausting. You don't fail because you're weak. You fail because part of you is terrified of what success might require from you. Think about it. If you suddenly became successful, financially, socially, or personally, you would have to face challenges you've never encountered before. New responsibilities, new risks, new judgments from people around you. It's easy to stay where you are, dreaming but never acting. It's safer, but it's also soul-crushing. You probably felt it, the pain of knowing what you could become, but seeing yourself wasting day after day in meaningless distractions, scrolling on your phone, watching videos, telling yourself you'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes, does it? Jung believed that this inner paralysis is rooted in what he called the shadow. The shadow is the part of you where you've buried all your unwanted truths, the times you failed, the mistakes you wish you could forget, the weaknesses you desperately hide from others. When you aim for something great, your ambition shines a spotlight on your shadow, and what you see terrifies you. You tell yourself, maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe I'll fail like before. Maybe people will laugh at me again. And so, you protect yourself the only way you know how, by doing nothing. But doing nothing is not peace. It's slow, silent suffering. You scroll through social media, seeing people living their best. You have to face your shadow, as terrifying as it is. You have to sit with your fears, listen to them, and understand them, because only when you bring those fears into the light do they lose their power. But let's be honest, facing your shadow is painful. It forces you to admit that your laziness was never about being tired. It was about being scared. It forces you to accept that your procrastination was about poor time management. It was about protecting yourself from the pain of possible failure. And most people are not ready for that kind of honesty, so they stay stuck. They spend years reading self-help books, watching motivational videos, and making plans that they never execute. They chase the next productivity hack, the next planner, the next morning routine, hoping that something outside them will save them from what lives inside them. But nothing changes until you confront yourself. The process is uncomfortable. At first, it feels like you're getting worse, not better, because now you're aware of your fears. You can hear them clearly, but awareness is the first step to freedom. Jung taught that what you resist persists. The more you ignore your fears, the stronger they become. But when you face them, they begin to dissolve. You might think, how do I even start? The answer is simple, but not easy. You start by admitting what you're afraid of. Say it out loud. Write it down. Stop pretending you're fearless. Say, I'm afraid of failing. I'm afraid people will judge me. I'm afraid I'm not good enough. And then remind yourself, you are not your fear. Fear is a part of you, but it's not all of you. Beyond your fear, there is courage waiting to be discovered. But you'll only, because confidence is not the starting point. Action is. Confidence grows as you take action, fail, learn, and try again. But the longer you wait to feel confident before starting, the longer you will stay stuck. Jung believed that true growth only happens in discomfort. If you want to remain the same, stay in your comfort zone. If you want to become something greater, step into your fear. It won't feel good at first. Your mind will resist. Your body will resist. Everything in you will scream, "Go back!" But if you stay in the fight long enough, something incredible happens. Your courage grows. And slowly, your fear loses its grip. You won't become fearless overnight. You'll simply learn to move forward despite the fear. And that is what separates those who live fully from those who live safely. The truth is, most people will never face their fears. They will live their entire lives stuck in the same loop. Dream, hesitate, distract. Dream, hesitate, distract. And one day, they will look back and realize how many years they spent waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for motivation, waiting to feel ready. But that moment never came. Carl Jung believed that meaning in life comes from struggle, not from comfort. Your life is meaningful when you are facing things that scare you, not when you are avoiding them. The pain you feel when you try to grow, that is the price of becoming whole. And it is worth every second. Because what's the alternative? A life of regret? A life where your potential stays buried because you were too scared to try? A life where you settle for mediocrity when greatness was possible? That is a far greater suffering than facing your fears. Ask yourself, what scares me more, failure or regret? Failure hurts for a moment, but regret stays with you for a lifetime. You are capable of much more than you think, but you will only discover that when you challenge yourself. Yes, you will fail sometimes. Yes, people might laugh at you. Yes, things might go wrong, but you will survive. And with each failure, you will grow stronger. You will learn what works and what doesn't. You will build resilience. And you will prove to yourself that you are not a prisoner of your fears. Most people think laziness is a problem of effort, but Jung showed us that laziness is a problem of meaning. When your life feels meaningless, you will not have energy to act. But when your life feels meaningful, even the hardest tasks will become worth it. So stop asking, how do I become more motivated? Start asking, what makes my life worth living? When you answer that question, your energy will return. Maybe your dream won't change the world, but it will change you. And that's enough. Because the goal of life is not to impress others. The goal is to become fully yourself. The version of you that is buried under fear, doubt, and insecurity. That version is waiting to be discovered. And you can find it. But only if you stop running from your shadow and start walking toward it. The people you admire, the ones who built businesses, wrote books, created art, helped others. They were scared too. They just didn't let fear stop them. They faced the same doubts you face now. But they took action anyway. That's what made the difference. You might be thinking, but what if I fail over and over again? The answer is simple. Then you learn over and over again. Failure is not the end.